My lovelies, welcome to Vlogmas. Oh, what? Hello, my lovelies, welcome to Vlog. Lovelies, happy Vlogmas day 5. I may or may not be getting this up on day 5. In today's video, we are going to be talking about studying techniques for final season, but also just in general, how to get that A, how to pass all your finals and do it stress-free. Not too much to chat about before we get started, so I just want to get straight into it. I'm gonna be so completely honest. I'm not very good at this first one, but I'm implementing it in my studying routine for this semester's finals, and it's prep at least 2 days before. So my finals are on Friday. I started prepping like how I'm gonna study today, organizing everything, and that way on Wednesday and Thursday, I'll already have all of the content that I need covered. Written out. So usually when I'm cramming, studying day of, day before, I'm looking for what's gonna be on the test, and then I'm also trying to memorize it versus already having everything set aside and being able to look at it. So that's why I would definitely start studying as early as possible. For sure, do not study day before, day of. Don't start studying. So this next one, I'm sure you're familiar with it, but it's chunking. So chunking your notes. You do like one topic up here, and then a topic over here, and then I have an example. These notes, I don't even remember what class this is for. Leadership theories, and then we have derailment. Over here we have different approaches. This is just one memorization technique that I think is super effective for me. Rewriting your notes is another memorization technique. So in the act of creating this paper, you are actually studying versus just like a bunch of black and white notes. We're just studying, you know. And then my next tip, which I'm also not the best at, is putting your phone away or put it on do not disturb for an hour or more. So when you're studying, try to do it in like an hour increments, and you can set a timer on your phone. Dedicate all of your focus towards studying. So easy to get lost on TikTok, to get lost on social media, just like checking one notification, then you're down the rabbit hole. So no phones while we're studying. Another one we have is associate topics with something you know well. I don't really have an example of this, but one of these was study the qualities of a leader, and then instead of memorizing all those qualities, I could think of someone who is a good leader and then all the qualities they have, and think like, oh, the definition of this are associated with that. So associate topics with something you're already familiar with. That way you're not learning new information, but you're just applying what you've learned to something you already know, if that makes sense. Oh, my next one is gonna be rewrite your notes neatly and concisely. A lot of professors actually tell us that this is a memorization technique, because as we're writing down information, it's actually making our brain remember what we're writing. So for me, I'll take notes in class, and then when I get home before the test, I will rewrite all the notes and make them all neat and pretty, versus like index cards and like flashcards and stuff. Like that works as well, but for me, I feel like it's a lot easier, again, to recall all in one place. So I'm just like, it's less intimidating than like a stack of cards. And my next one is recall topics without a paper. So once we get all of this written out, put the paper away and try to remember all the topics on the paper. And then it's kind of like a self-quiz to see what you know. Or you could also like fill out a skeleton of like all the definitions and try to fill it in on your own. But it's kind of just like a practice test. Oh, my next one is for math classes specifically, or like word problems, anything like that. Work backwards and know the entire equation and at least the way to find one variable. I know a lot of times in homeworks, teachers want us to find the answer in a specific way, but on the test, if it's multiple choice, all that really matters is that you can work backwards, you know how to obtain the answer. I'm not saying you shouldn't understand why, because the why is just as important as the answer, but any way that you can get the answer, I think is a valid way to get the answer, as long as it is the right answer. But I don't think there's one right way to get to an answer. And then my next one is start early. And I know I said that earlier, but I also mean start early in the day. So right now it is 8 o'clock. at night. I absolutely would not start studying right now. I'd probably go until like 10 and then wrap it up. But I wouldn't get started right now because our brains are starting to slow down. We've already like completed a whole day. I wouldn't do it like right before bed. This one is to study for an A. Don't go into studying thinking like I'm not gonna pass this test, and then guess what? I don't pass the test. That happened to me freshman year. I was like, I only need a D on this test, and I got an F because I did not study. So absolutely study for an A. Put forth your best effort. Is that the saying? But go in head first. Make sure you are studying all the topics, because even if you get some stuff wrong, it's better that you know a little bit about everything than nothing. So absolutely study all the information. If you got a study guide, make sure you are studying everything on the study guide. I'd say the most important is to study for an A. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna turn out fine. Sort what you know versus what you don't know. Again, if you were given a study guide, you can go through the list of all the stuff and then be like, I know this, and then really only focus on the stuff that you don't know. Don't waste your precious, valuable study time. You probably have multiple classes. Do not waste that time studying stuff that you already know. And sometimes overstudying will make you trick and psych yourself out, and now you don't even know the stuff that you already knew. So don't waste your time. Review it, of course, but don't overstudy the stuff that you already know. Take breaks. Don't cram. I know everybody says this. Nobody listens, but seriously, do not cram. You're gonna stress yourself out. You're gonna make it so much harder on yourself. Just spread it out. Take your time. Start early. What else? Plan it out. Plan out your studying. Know when all of your finals are. If you have multiple finals going on, prioritize like the classes that you struggle with most. Like, make sure you're really organized. Relax. Relax, relax, relax. Breathe with me. Let it out. You are good. We got time. We'll be okay. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. That's just gonna make you less confident when you're taking the test, and it's not gonna work. Know that all that you can do is study, the effort in, do the best that you can. Whatever happens, it's all good. I just want you to know that your worth is not defined in a letter grade. It is not found in whether or not you pass this test. You are so much more. Lovelies, that is everything I have for today's video. I wish you the best of luck this final season. I hope that you are doing amazing, and I hope that your day is as beautiful as you are. And I cannot wait to see you again in the next video for Vlogmas, which should be tomorrow.